Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Otsego Homecoming festivities. The freshman attendant is Anna Ayers. Her parents are Debbie Belleville and David Ayers. Anna plays basketball and throws shot put and discus and in track. In school, Anna is involved in FFA. Outside of school, Anna is a 5-year member of the Wood County Livestock Judging Team, a 9th-year member of Beaver Creek Boosters, 4-H Club, played on the next play AAU basketball team, and is a volunteer for the Ring of Dreams at the Wood County Fair. She also shows dairy beef feeders and goats at the fair. Anna would like to thank her family, friends, teachers, coaches, and most of all, God.
Escorting Anna Ayers is Ryan Hilliard. His parents are Wendy and Dan Hilliard. Ryan is a member of the junior varsity boys golf team. Outside of school, Ryan plays travel baseball. Ryan would like to thank all of his friends, family, and coaches. One person he would like to say thank you to is Brandon Sorosiak, for coaching him in baseball and basketball since he was younger.
Next is the sophomore attendant, Reese Jensen. Her parents are Natalie and Neil Jensen. Reese is a varsity volleyball player who is involved in the leadership council within her program. She is also a varsity track athlete and is involved in Knights Heavy Rec. Outside of school, she is an active member of her church board as the youth representative. Reese would like to thank her family, friends, teachers, teammates, and coaches for always supporting her.
Reese is escorted by Jackson Shanahan. His parents are Matt and Katie Shanahan. Jack participates in both cross country and baseball. Jack would like to thank his friends, family, and coaches for everything.
The junior attendant is Janelle Brooks. Her parents are Ben and Ashley Brooks. Janelle is involved in FFA, yearbook, Sun Federal Credit Union, student council, and plays varsity softball. Outside of school, she is involved in travel softball year-round. Janelle would like to thank her parents for pushing her to be a good person in society, her brother for being a competitive opponent, and her grandma for giving wise advice for just about anything.
Escorting Janelle is Adolfo Martinez Alba. His parents are Karina Alba and Jose Adolfo Martinez. Adolfo is involved in varsity football as well as varsity wrestling. Outside of school, he enjoys spending time with his peers and teammates. He would like to thank both of his parents, teachers, and coaches for everything. He would also like to thank Coach Zuras for being there throughout all of his middle and high school football careers. Also, thank you to Coach Lehman for getting him out of study hall sophomore year to be an aide for him and his class, even though there was rarely anything for him to aid with.
The Penta attendant is sophomore Grace Carpenter. Her parents are Bridget Carpenter and Curtis Carpenter. Grace is a junior varsity football cheerleader. Outside of school, Grace likes to help others, and she is certified in Stop the Bleed and CPR. She would like to thank her grandpa, mom, dad, stepdad, boyfriend, and her brother for helping her to get where she is now, and thanks to you all.
Grace is escorted by Penna Jr. Brody Ironman. His parents are Jimmy Ironman and Samantha Myers. Brody is a varsity golfer. Brody would like to thank his family, friends, and coaches for everything they have done and for always being there for him. Returning to the crown this year, winners are last year's homecoming queen, Emily Jensen, and queen, Jack Simpson. Emily is currently pursuing a degree in interior design at Bowling Green State University, while Jack is majoring in professional sales and marketing at the University of Toledo. Both are thoroughly enjoying their first year of college and are eagerly looking forward to their future careers.
Our first homecoming queen candidate is Isabella Combs. Her parents are Selena and Jeff Combs. Isabella is on the varsity track and field team, as well as a member of indoor track in the Otsego Outdoorsman Club. Outside of school, she volunteers with her church and is a camp counselor. After high school, she would like to major in exercise science and pursue a career in physical therapy. Lastly, Isabella would like to thank God for her wonderful family, friends, teachers, and coaches who have supported her throughout her high school career.
Isabella is escorted by King candidate Owen Kaza. His parents are Curry and Mike Kaza. Owen is a 4-year varsity wrestler, also a varsity athlete in track and field. Owen is also involved in being a 5th grade camp counselor outside of school. Owen wrestles for ring nuts and travels all around Ohio. After high school, Owen wants to wrestle in college and chase his dream of being an MMA fighter. Owen would like to thank God, his family, friends, teachers, and coaches.
The next queen candidate is Lila Seeger. She is the daughter of Dean and Mandy Seeger. Lila is involved in cross country, where she was elected team captain and is a varsity cheerleader. She also runs on the track and field team in the spring. She is the reporter for the Otsego FFA chapter and is a community service chair for the Otsego Student Council. She is involved in swing choir and Knights Have Your Back, along with Boy Scouts of America, where she just earned her Eagle Scout rank. After high school, she plans on going to college as a biology pre-med student, then continuing to med school to become a doctor. A fun fact about her is she's planning on running her 4th half marathon this November.
Lila is escorted by King candidate Silas Robertson. He is the son of Christine Pars and Andrew Robertson. Silas is involved in soccer, track, choir, student council, and Knights Have Your Back. He plans to attend BGSU after high school. He would like to thank his fellow students and his teachers, but would especially like to thank his mom for being so supportive.
The final queen candidate is Eleanor Luce. Her parents are Allison and Nathan Luce. Eleanor is a varsity soccer player and a varsity track athlete. She is also involved in Knights Have Your Back and Otsego Student Council. After high school, Eleanor plans to attend college and get her degree in communications. Eleanor would like to thank her family, friends, and coaches for always supporting her.
Eleanor Luce is escorted by King candidate Maxwell Miles. His parents are Don and Matt Miles. Max is a 4-year member of the concert band and jazz band, as well as senior drum major in the marching band. Max is also a 4-year member of Otsego Outdoors Club. Outside of school, Max is an Eagle Scout in Troop 347 and an alumni of Buckeye Boys State. After high school, Max plans on attending Bowling Green State University, majoring in music education. Max would like to thank his family, friends, and teachers for everything.
And the 2024 homecoming king and queen is Lila Seeger and Silas Robertson.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the 2024 Otsego Marching Band. Now, please welcome back to the field our 2024 Alumni Band and rise for the playing of the Otsego Alma Mater. Presenting the colors this evening is the Libar Redmen, American Legion Post 4401. Ladies and gentlemen, the privilege of this evening was made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms we enjoy. Now let us honor and respect their efforts and the greatest country in the world, the United States of America. So ladies and gentlemen, please remove your hats. All veterans, we encourage you to render the appropriate salute, and everyone able, please stand and place your right hand over your heart and proudly sing our national anthem, which will be conducted this evening by Fostoria High School Band Assistant Director, Miss Macy Beeman. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
If anyone entered the alumni raffle down by the concession stand, please go collect your prize. Ladies and gentlemen, the Fighting Knights of Otsego. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the castle for tonight's NBC football game featuring our guests, the Fostoria Redmen.
The rain has halted and the sun is peeking through the clouds for today's NBC matchup, which features the Redmen and the Knights. Hello, sports fans. Welcome inside the broadcast booth. My name is Caden Knapp, and I'll be your commentator for today's game. And the Knights are entering it with a record of 3-1, coming off a 1-point win against Rossford. Their counterpart for today, the Redmen, coming in with a record of 1-3. They lost by 40 points last week against Genoa. So they are 0-1 now entering NBC play. The Knights 1-0. And the Knights, good news for them is Caden Hutton is back, and he is ready to start tonight. Last week he was out with a wrist, and Mason Rowe did the job, and that was not lose it for the Knights. It was a Kazmaier show. He quite literally ran them to victory, getting the ball 28 times, rushing for 163 yards and 2 touchdowns, including a late one, to seal the victory. It's going to be a fun game tonight, and it's been 2 years, as you know, since Fostoria has been here, and they're ranked 604 in the state of Ohio, the Knights 217. Division-wise, Fostoria is in Division 5, and the Knights are in Division 4. They're 33, the Knights are, and 92 is Fostoria. They're right at the 7th spot of the NBC. So this is a big game for them because they have 2 games upcoming against Oak Harbor and Eastwood. And the Knights, they have Genoa, Oak Harbor, then Eastwood. So really for both teams, it is just a huge matchup, and it's going to be a big game just in general because of that. And they need the win because, you know, those big matchups are upcoming as both teams trot onto the field. The Knights won the toss, and they elected to defer their choice to half number 2. So Fostoria will start on offense. It's also worth noting that both these teams kind of in new eras with Coach Rutherford now. First matchup against Fostoria as the Knights head coach, and Derek Angelone is the first-time head coach for Fostoria. Kidwell out. Toby Powell set to kick it away for the Knights. Kick it to the south. Starts to stride, puts foot to football, and off we go. This big week 5 matchup, and it's going to start with a drop. And they'll still make it up to the 26-yard line there. The returner was Xavier Wilmarth, the freshman. So here comes Fostoria with their brand new quarterback to the Knights, at least, and Trenton Smith. Last year, Gavin Miller started the game. He graduated. It's also worth noting that both these quarterbacks are brand new against each other, in Hutton and Smith. Smith is a senior. He has a 51.9 completion percentage this year. Just getting started. 1 minute behind schedule a little bit, but that's okay. As they're going to start up the middle and bursting forward up to the 37-yard line that time. A good first down carry for the Redmen. 20 seconds in. as they go back out on offense. Keegan Hutton is out there at corner. This is going to be a pitch off to the right side, and barely getting back to the line of scrimmage that time was Lance Miller. 2nd down and 10 to go. So they started with a good 12-yard gain on 1st down, and then they were unable to get any yardage there. Moved the football to the far sideline hash, though. As the clock runs, we're a minute in. Fostoria really does kind of balance their offense well. They're 62% run heavy and then 38% pass. 58 of 93 have been rushes, and 35 of 93 have been passes this year. That's the play breakdown for them. Trenton Smith now back to pass for the first time. He's going to launch it downfield and incomplete. A lot of power on that pass that was intended for Lamont Johnson, the sophomore. Keegan Hutton was the Knight in coverage. 3rd down and long. Now, interestingly enough, a pretty high number at 44% of the time that Fostoria has been in a 3rd down situation this year, they've ran the ball. Let's see what they do here. Trenton Smith. Hand it up. And there's another run, but that gets about a yard. That was Wilmarth, the freshman. Interesting to see how much he'll play today, as 4th down and 10. And out trots the punting unit. As you can see, the sun is out. It's a pretty humid day. The fans are on in the press box. Of course, Mason Rowe is back deep for the Knights. He's been back deep all year long. When it comes to punts, looks like Wilmarth will be the punter. So he gets that one and boots it on a line. There's a fair catch called, and Rowe will catch it right at the 26-yard line. So 1st down and 10 for the Otsego Knights as they trot onto the field. Now, it is worth noting for the coin toss that they won and deferred. Coach Matt Jerwa was given the coin flip. The ref said, hey, you want to flip it? And he got to. It's an honor getting to do the coin toss in all levels of football pretty much. Under center, this is a pro setup for the Knights, as you know, and there's a handoff up the left side, and there's Keegan Hutton just barely getting tripped up to the 34-yard line. Good gain for him, making it 2nd down and about 3. We're a little more than 2 minutes in. And as I said, Hutton is back. Caden Hutton, after missing last week with the wrist. Back under center. And this is Limes now, the ball carrier. Has a hole, has a few blocks still going. Bowling through players, and he's going to make it into Redmen territory, putting the ball at the 45-yard line. Good bowling run for him. Jake Limes played a big part in the win last week. That run there gets him well over 149 yards on the season. Entering today, he had 24 rush attempts for 149 yards. That's an average of 6.2 yards per carry. He's been fantastic. As there's another handoff to Limes. The senior is going to spin around and gain a couple. Some back-to-back carries for him. Now, with Keegan Hutton getting more reps on the defensive side of the football, Kazmaier and Limes did get a bulk of the carries last week, as many of you know. And as I said in the opener, Kazmaier just was fantastic. We'll see how much he gets the ball today. You'd think he'd get it quite a bit with how well he did last week. It's another handoff to Hutton. Breaking tackle, still going up to the 30-yard line, spinning around. And 1st down, Knights. So Hutton and Limes each have a couple of handoffs, and they're moving the sticks right off the bat, getting deep into Redmen territory. Fostoria is heading into today's game. Fostoria only faced a pro formation 2 times, interestingly enough, as Lime is going to go backwards that time. They read that play. Ball's going to get moved back to the 32-yard line. But, yes, 2 times they faced that pro setup. And both those times, the opposing team rushed the ball and got a total of 63 yards and 2 touchdowns. So it was kind of, when I was doing prep work, I was like looking for, like, maybe the Knights get a breakaway touchdown in the first play, assuming they do their pro formation. They got a good gain, not a touchdown though. They're moving down the field. 2nd down and 12. This is another handoff, and this time the ball is going to go left side, and they'll get it back inside the 30-yard line. That was Keegan Hutton.
Number 77, Angel Rossa on the stop for
And you'll notice Hutton constantly running over the sideline, talking to Coach Rutherford, figuring out the play. They have plenty of time to do that. We're under 7 minutes in the opening quarter of play. First 3rd down situation of the game for the Knights at 3rd down and about 9. This is going to be another handoff up the middle. There's Keegan Hutton, and he will not get to the line to gain. He got up to the 26-yard line. 4th down. Now, it is worth noting also that Toby Powell was tasked in the pregame with kicking a few long field goals from the 26-yard line at 43 yards, if you do the math, and he was drilling them. They'll go for it now, but you don't see that too often for a high school kicker. It was in this direction as well. Under center, Caden Hutton. He's going to play action, fake it, go to the air for the first time, throws it downfield for Lamp. He had him wide open, and he overthrew him, and it's intercepted in the end zone. Touchback. That was Braden Harrison, the senior captain, grasping it for the Redmen, so the Knights get nothing. And they were 2 of 4 last week on 4th down. Don't convert that one. So both defenses start out well. Now the Redmen offense back out there, back at the 20-yard line. Five minutes, 59 seconds to go in the opening quarter. This is a keeper up the left side for Trenton Smith. Flag is in the backfield, and Smith's going to get hit hard by Keegan Hutton, moving the ball up to the 25-yard line. But we do have an offensive hold.
Knocked out of bounds by number 8, Keegan Hutton. He's flying on the play.
So that'll move the ball back and make it 1st down and 20. I think I saw Ezra Sanchez was the guilty party, the right guard, junior captain. So going in the wrong direction. The ball now at the 10-yard line. Right direction if you're the Knights. Smith now. He's going to play fake it. He's going to throw it downfield, and it's tipped and almost intercepted. Mason Rowe got a hand on it. The pass was by way of senior Braden Harrison. 2nd down and 20.
Brings up 2nd down and 20 for the Redmen.
They tried going deep downfield and didn't pay off. I guess if you're going to do it when you're really backed up, you'd rather do it on 1st down than later. Back to pass once again. This is a throw across the middle, and it's caught and tackled instantly was Devin Miller.
Pass is complete to Devin Miller.
So it'll be 3rd down and long. The ball now at the 13-yard line. Gain of 3 officially. Miller has had himself a nice season. 8 receptions, 156 yards. That's an average of 17 yards per reception. That'll knock down his average a little bit, as there's a gain of 3, as I just said. 5 minutes to play. Smith running over from the sideline. See what they do here. Will drop back to pass. Quick throw out of the backfield and in front of Lance Miller. Incomplete, fourth down. Fostoria now 0 of 2 today on third down opportunities. And out trots the punting unit and the Knights return team. Caden Reinsberger ran into the game. It looked like on the back, like the enter the I and Knights on his jersey kind of came off. It's like missing a letter. This is a high snap. Ooh, has trouble with it, does Wilmarth, and he still gets the punt off, and it's going to take a bounce and keep going out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Now, considering that he muffed it and had trouble getting it off, that was a good punt, but the Knights still starting in enemy territory for the second possession on offense of this football game. Knapp on Otsego TV. You know the drill with the email, 25knapp@OtsegoKnights.org. Feel free to contact me anytime. We're at the 4:35 mark of quarter number 1. Sun's out. There's a lot of clouds, but no rain is a good thing. It was raining all pregame. So under center goes Caden Hutton. The senior's going to hand it up the middle to his brother Keegan, and he'll get nothing. Second down and long for the Knights.
Stop was made by number 79, Ezra Sanchez.
Sanchez was in on the tackle, the defensive tackle. Clock continues rolling. Fourth possession of the game between these two teams. And this is going to hand off up the right side, and Limes is going to go nowhere. So back-to-back pickups of pretty much nothing, and it's going to be third down and long. I think those two runs totaled for about a yard combined. So third down and 9. We'll see if they go to the air. Knapp will be the wideout. Vollmer also out there. Vollmer was not targeted in that last week's game. Knapp was not either. Lampy got both targets. This is a play fake. Out to the left side goes Hutton. He's just going to take off with it, have a first down and more, and he's going to be dragged down inside the 30 at the 29-yard line. His jersey came off his shoulders. No flag came out. Not a horse collar tackle, says the officials. Coach is asking about that in the Knights side line. The ball now at the 30-yard line. Lampy is the wideout. And up the middle, there's Keegan Hutton spinning around, trying to break tackles, and he'll make it up to the 27-yard line. Good gain for him on first down to make it second down and 7. Clock continues turning. We're under 3 minutes. Opening quarter play. No score yet. The Knights looking to start NBC play 2-0 for a 5th consecutive season. This is Creamer, the ball carrier, and he's going to go backwards. So the ball is going to go back to the 30, basically erasing the yards Keegan Hutton just gained on the previous play. Third down and 10. The clock continues ticking. That was the 23rd time that Mason Creamer got the ball this year. Now he's at 121 total yards. Went from 125 to 121. It'll also hurt his 5.68 yards per carry average. This is another play-action fake. Hutton downfield looking for Mason Creamer, and he came down with it. Made the catch at the 9-yard line, and the tackle was made out there by the safety, Braden Harrison. It looks like Creamer bobbled it a little, but the important thing is he came down with it and moved the sticks. Now under 90 seconds in the quarter. First down and goal for the Knights. There's Keegan Hutton up the middle, powering forward, and he's going to make his way down to the 2-yard line, setting up second down goal from that spot. Keegan Hutton has 6 total touchdowns this year. Knights still haven't used Kazmaier. Under center goes Hutton. He's going to hand it to Keegan, and Keegan's going to lunge forward and get into the end zone. Touchdown, Knights. The Knights draw first blood here in the castle thanks to Keegan Hutton. 7th total touchdown of the year. And out trots the extra point unit. Kramer 10 of 11 this year in point after touchdowns. It was 8 of 8 until the first extra point of last week's game. Snap is good, the hold is good, and the kick is no good. He's pushed it off to the right. With 53 seconds on the clock, it's going to stay 6-0. That was a really good kick, much like the kick last week that opened the game, and it just didn't go between the uprights. Interestingly enough, Mason Kramer does have 26.8 of the team's total points this year at 22. That, of course, does include his 2 touchdowns. The Knights have scored a total of 82 points this season. That's an average of 20.5 per game. Now, as many of you know at home, they still have found ways to win because their defense has been fantastic. Just exclude that Liberty Center game that kind of ran up their numbers. Toby Powell back out there to kick off the football. Harrison will be the returner. As Powell starts his stride, puts foot to football. We're back underway. This is a pop-up kick that'll be fielded at the 14-yard line, running around and down at the 16-yard line that time. It was Lamont Johnson returning it for a second time.
Lamont Johnson on the kickoff return. Number 11, Carter Lampy on the stop for the Knights.
I was just informed that Chris Kazmaier is not playing tonight with a calf injury, so he's out for tonight. Drew Ballmer is also not playing, so that explains it. 47 seconds to go in the quarter, so Kazmaier and Ballmer are out tonight. Send a man in motion. And this is going to be a handoff up the middle and powering forwards. The freshman still going, diving forward across the 25 to the 26. Xavier Wilmarth. As now the clock reads 35 seconds. We'll get at least one more play, I do believe. The play clock and the game clock are pretty much synced up. I think the game clock might be a few tenths of a second ahead of the play clock. There's 16 seconds on both right now. Trenton Smith lining up, sends a man in motion again in Harrison, and he's going to flip it off to his back, Wilmarth, and he's going to fall forward beyond the line to gain, but a flag does come out with 2 seconds to play. It was thrown by the umpire, so we'll see what this is. And it is an offensive hold. Second time the Redmen have been penalized today for a hold. So we'll get another play. Unless the officials say wind it. So it'll be second down again. And 11, I believe. Yep, second down and 11. And we're going to step aside because the quarter just came to an end. 6-0 Otsego. Keegan Hutton's getting the points for the Knights. We'll be right back. It's homecoming night in the castle. My name's Caden Knapp. Feel free to email me anytime at 25, knapp@OtsegoKnights.org.
Mr. John Wright, and my favorite Otsego teacher, Mrs. Robin Ballmer-Digby. A few things have changed since their time here, including the high school becoming the junior high, a new high school, and a new elementary school. The visitors' stands were the home stands back then, and the baseball outfield was their football practice field. We'd like to thank them for traveling back for this homecoming weekend and hope they enjoy their get-together tomorrow evening.
Both teams switch sides of the field, and now we're going to do second down and 11 for the Redmen. After their first down carry was negated, Mars was the ball carrier.
Down by the concession stand.
Fostoria now going to the southern side of the football field. Knights will be going to the north. I do expect Keegan Hutton to continue playing defensive snaps in replace of Caden. He was really good last week, Keegan Hutton was, at that defensive back position. Harrison goes in motion again. This is a handoff back to Wilmarth, and he's going to gain nothing. So it'll be third down and 11 for the Redmen. They're 0-2 today already.
Stop was made by Dustin Wyckoff.
Dustin Wyckoff was in on the tackle.
Brings up third down and 10 for the Redmen.
Now Grady Frank is slipping into that linebacker position. And Sadler's moving to the defensive line. That's the corresponding moves with Vollmer not playing. We're 40 seconds into quarter number 2. Third down and long for the Redmen once again. And then now we're going to get pre-snap whistles and timeout Fostoria. Their first timeout of the game. They have 2 remaining. The Knights still have all 3 of them. As you saw before I came on air, there was the homecoming festivities with the homecoming quarter. Always a special time of the year. The dance is tomorrow. People usually show out for that. I do believe, though, every other year it feels like when whatever game gets picked for the homecoming game, there's some weather issues. Like you probably saw all the umbrellas in the pregame because of all the rain. It started raining right before the players came out at 5:30, and it just did not stop until right at 7 o'clock. There's 11:14 on the game clock. I'm interested to see what both coaches draw up offensively and defensively. As you know, we're in this weird transition period weather-wise, where it gets super hot during the day, and then at night the temperature just plummets. It's 79 degrees right now with a 6-mile-per-hour wind coming from the east. So no help to kickers. Third down and 10, back to pass, and faced with heavy pressure, and down he goes. Smith had no time there, and Cole Hennon comes up with the sack, and back out there trots the punting unit for Fostoria. The Knights brought the pressure, and Smith had no response to it. So this ball is going to be snapped from the 6-yard line. It's fourth down and 22, a loss of 11. Freshman out there to punt it again. Gets the snap cleanly, boots it away from his own end zone. He's going to take a bounce at the 40-yard line and be downed at about the 41-yard line by Caleb Singleton, the sophomore. So back out there is the Knights offense. After scoring that touchdown, going right down the field. A lot of people starting to file in and fill those empty seats on the Knights side of the fan section. And this is going to get a handoff up to Creamer, the motion man. He's going to move his way up to about the 33-yard line before being pushed out of bounds. It looked like there was an attempt to bring him down by the horse collar, but he got away. Second down and 3. 2 minutes into the second quarter. The Knights have really had Fostoria's number as of late. As Limes is the ball carrier up the right side, has a few blocks, first down and more, pushing his way up to the 26-yard line. Now, if you're wondering, in the last 5 meetings, the Knights have outscored the Redmen 207 to 85. I mean, really, as of late, both Rossford and Fostoria have just been owned by the Knights, for lack of a better word. And, fumbled snap, but they do get a handoff up to Keegan Hutton, still going, pushing forward inside the 10-yard line. I think that fumbled snap by Hutton kind of threw off Fostoria's defensive line because they were looking to recover the football, but Hutton got it quickly and handed it ahead to his brother. First down and goal from the 9.
Play is good for Otsego Knights. First down.
Now, because of the fact that the Knights have defeated Rossford and Fostoria, they've won, they've been 2-0 to start 4 consecutive conference play seasons. As there's a handoff up the middle. Once again, there's Keegan Hutton breaking to the outside, spinning around, and he's going to get into the end zone for a second time. Touchdown, Knights! They go right down the field again. And Keegan's up to 8 touchdowns this year. 12-0, 9:13 to play in the half. And we do have an unsportsmanlike penalty on the Knights that came after the touchdown was scored. I didn't catch who it was on, but whoever it was on the Knights, that is his first unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and if he does one more, he'll be ejected from the game. Looks like the Redmen are going to take this penalty on the kickoff, so the extra point will be normal yardage. Mason Kramer now kicking to the north.
Number 5, Mason Kramer, in to attempt the extra point.
The flags are not moving.
So
that means no wind at the moment. His first kick went off to the right, kind of carried by the wind. Snap is good, the hole is good, and this time the kick is going to split the uprights. 13-0, orange, black, and white. Kramer adds to his point total for the year. He does have a full-sized field goal post in his yard, I do believe. No Kramers do. So you'd imagine that's why he's really good at kicking the football. All right, when Coach Burdig was the special teams coach last year, he had Mason Kramer in practice, practicing field goals and extra points. That was back when he was a freshman. Now he's a sophomore. This is both kickoff units getting ready to start on the field. The Knights will be kicking this to the north from the 25-yard line rather than the 40 because of the penalty.
Toby Powell in the kickoff for the Knights.
Powell still will be their kicker. Back deep to return it again. It's Harrison, the senior. No surprise there. With Johnson to his left. Powell backing away. Starts to try, puts foot to football, and we're back off and going. And this time it's going to be fielded at about the 25-yard line. Running upfield, has a field block, still going across the 40, and tripped up by Toby Powell at the 34-yard line was Harrison. Good tackle by the Knights kicker. And the kickers often, for both punts and kickoffs, the last line of defense. I mean, really, even for field goals if it's blocked or whatever.
First and 10 Fostoria from the Otsego 34-yard line.
So Powell made a good open field tackle to save what probably would have been a touchdown from Braden Harrison. And now Fostoria has their best starting field position of the contest up to this point. The captain and quarterback in the gun. This is going to be a handoff up the middle, and Lance Miller gains maybe a yard. Second down and 9 as the clock ticks under 9 minutes. Just a reminder, during the third quarter, I will be asking a trivia question. It's not really related to Fostoria versus Otsego, but it is an Otsego-related one.
Second down 9 for Fostoria.
Second down and 9. Big spot in the game for the Redmen. As this is a quarterback keeper, and nothing doing for Smith. He was swarmed by Knights. It looked like Lampy was there, and so was Cole Hennon. Big loss, third down and extra long, as the ball gets put back at the 39-yard line. Third and 15, exactly. 0 for 3 today are the Redmen on a third down. Bodie Simon also starting on the defensive line today for the Knights. Empty backfield, throw across the middle of the field. That's caught, and that's going to be a first down and more up to the 20-yard line. That was Devin Miller, the team's leading receiver. And that'll move the sticks. Quick release by Trenton Smith. And Miller was able to get open.
First and 10 Fostoria.
Ball now at the 19-yard line. Still working on that far sideline hash. Now the officials are blowing the whistle. We'll see what
Officials timeout
is up here. We have an officials timeout. Lampy running over. I think maybe he got cut on his elbow, so Vollmer's going to check in for him. Now our athletic trainer today, well, usually is Ms. Jen Mag, very good athletic trainer. She's out sick, so we have a nurse. As there's a flip forward. I believe that was a flip forward, but the ball's loose. The officials are now blowing their whistle. We'll see who's on it. For the moment, it's a fumble. And Fostoria recovers. Second down, 6:51 to play. To me, that looked like it was a forward pass. The official said no, it was not. So it's second down and 13 now, as we're approaching the halfway mark. Not what Fostoria was going for there, definitely. They're trying to get the ball to Cameron Petaway, the senior. Back to pass. Smith hit as he throws, and that's going to go incomplete. The pass is by way of Lance Miller down the sideline. Rowe and Frank were in on coverage. Third down and long again. As Lampy is back into the game, checking in for Vollmer. Ball, the 23.5-yard line at the moment. This is going to be a screen, cross field. It's caught, and the ball came out. The ball came out. And now let's see who's on it. Devin Miller fumbled it, and the Knights recover. So each team now has a turnover. I think I heard the recovery was made by Caden Hutton. So Knight football now at the 24-yard line. This is a handoff to Mason Creamer up the left side, spinning forward. He's going to power his way. Still going through defenders, being helped a little, and he's going to make it all the way to the 36-yard line. Good carry for him, and now a flag comes out at the end. A little bit of extracurricular activities going on. We'll see which team was guilty. Fostoria. Personal foul there. Unnecessary roughness. Looked like they kind of threw down Kramer at the end. The officials were right on top of it, threw the flag, and the ball's going to get marched forward another 15 yards. Into Redmen territory is a Knight student section chanting, "You can't do that," and you cannot do that indeed. As we're under 6 minutes in the half. Gained up Otsego TV. Under center goes Caden Hutton. And he's going to be faced with heavy pressure, and down he goes. So the ball's going to get moved back into Knight territory.
Hutton is dropped in the backfield by number 61, Brian Keckler.
Keckler
Loss of 5, brings up second down.
Was the one who made the tackle, putting the ball at the 46-yard line. Second down and 15, clock running now. 5 minutes and 20 seconds to play. Back under center. And this is going to be a handoff up the middle. And still going. I believe that was Keegan Hutton. And he's going to make his way back to the original line of scrimmage at the 49-yard line. They got back the loss. Third down and 10. The Knights 0-1 on third down thus far. That third down came on the opening possession of the game for them on offense. This is a quick moving half. This is Limes. Misdirection upfield. Still going. Breaking tackles. And he's going to power his way up to the 32-yard line. Great gain for Jake Limes. However, there is a yellow hanky on the field. And for the third time tonight, the officials are going to say holding on the offense. So that negates the big run. 2 holding penalties on Fostoria. Now 1 on the Knights as Knapp subs over to the sideline. Lampy in for him. Third down and 21 now. Ball back at the 41-yard line of Otsego.
Third down, 21.
Caden Hutton sends a man in motion. It's Kramer, gets the ball, sweeping to the left. He's still going upfield, and he's going to march back in to Redmen territory, making about 4th down and 10. So the Knights now 0 for 2 on third down. On 2nd down and 15, they gained 5 to get back to the original line of scrimmage, and then on 3rd and 21, they gained 11 to get back to the original line of scrimmage. This time, though, it's 4th down. Roland set to punt it away. The returner to be Harrison. Roland gets the snap, boots it high and far, and it's going to take a bounce, and it's going to continue rolling and go out of bounds in between the 12 and 13-yard line. So 1st down, Redmen from that spot, as we're now down to 3 minutes and 56 seconds to play in the first half. Other NBC matchups going around. Maumee is playing Eastwood in Eastwood. Lake is playing Genoa in Genoa. And then Oak Harbor is in Rossford traveling. At halftime, I'll update you with scores on those games. We played about 42 minutes of football in real time. Knights football games average a little over 2 hours in real time. I believe it was 2:16 last week. And last week's game was right on par with that. That's a gain of 1 there. Tally, the freshman, got the ball that time. 2nd down and 9 to go. Fostoria tends to run the ball on 1st down. 72% of their 1st down plays this year, they've ran the ball. The only time they favor the pass is on 3rd down. Not surprising, as there's a handoff to Miller up the left side, going as a few blocks, jumping forward, and he's going to make it 3rd down and short. So he got the ball up to the 20-yard line. Keegan Hutton was in on the tackle. He's all over the place on the defensive and offensive side of the football. It's 3rd down and 2 officially. Two minutes and 46 seconds. Under center, Trenton Smith. One wide out with Miller. This is a handoff of the middle, and they will not get to the line to gain. In fact, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage, and with 2 minutes and 22 seconds to play, we're going to get whistles, and Otsego is going to call a timeout. Coach Rutherford using his first timeout. Fostoria is now 1 of 4 today on 3rd down. This is 4th down and 2. I doubt they go for it. The Knights will receive the ball to start the 2nd half. As I said earlier, Coach Matt Jurawa conducted the coin toss. This year, Fostoria has allowed a total of 132 points. That's 33 a game. It's been rough on their defense. And the Knights, on the other hand, have allowed 72. It's an average of 18 per game. Like I said, that Liberty Center game really took a toll on their defensive statistics.
4th down, 2 for Fostoria.
They will keep the offense out there, the Redmen. Send a man off in motion. This is a handoff up the left side and spinning around, still going, but not going to get there at the end. The Knights get a big stop. Xavier Wilmarth was the ball carrier. Grady Frank officially got the tackle. By the way, heading into that play, Fostoria had gone for it on 4th down 4 times this year. They'd ran the ball 50% of the time and pass the ball 50% of the time. Of course, that percentage shifts now at 60-40. Good stop for the Knights on 4th down. So now their offense is set up in prime territory at the 17-yard line. There's a play fake. Hutton double clutches, throws it to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown Knights! Caden Hutton airdrop Jackson Vollmer. One play, 6 points. Vollmer was wide open. Broken coverage on the Redmen side, and the lead is now 3 possessions. By the way, that was catch number 3 of the year for Jackson Vollmer. As now they fake it. A flag did fall. Braden Sadler was the one who ran it in, but it may not count. Officials having a little bit of a chat. We're at 2:10 to play. The head official threw the flag from the backfield as soon as the ball was snapped. Now they're having a long discussion. Calling in another official. Filler time. As now Fostoria is going to go to their respective sideline, and the Knights are clapping and giving each other high fives. But like I said, there is that flag down now. The official is going to say illegal formation on the Knights. They had a long discussion, and they decided at the end to penalize them 5 yards. As Coach Rutherford is out on the field asking what they did wrong and arguing his case. I doubt, though, that they'll pick up the flag. And they do not. So this extra point attempt is going to be longer. I'll be snapped from the 9. 26-yard extra point attempt. Snap is good, the hold is good, and the kick follows suit. So the penalty didn't phase Mason Kramer. 20-0. The Knights scored 20 points last week in the entire game, and this week they score it in the first half. 2:10 to play. Now it is worth noting, last year there was a 7-6 score between these two teams at halftime. And then the offensive fireworks started happening in the second half. The Knights ended up winning 35-22. That was played on the 15th day of September 2023. As I said, the Knights have outscored Fostoria 207-85. They've had their number the last 5 contests at least. That dates back to 2018. These two did not play in 2021 due to COVID. They did play in 2020, though, the year where the Knights had 6 regular season games. But in 2021, there's still those regulations, and they couldn't play. Game was canceled. Toby Powell, set to start his stride. He puts foot to football, and we're back on the way. That's a line drive kick that gets fielded right at the 20-yard line, and spinning around and getting up to the 30-yard line was, didn't see a number there. I think I heard Wilmarth. .205 to play in the half. Each team has 2 timeouts. It was Wilmarth, the returner, Xavier. Empty backfield for Trenton Smith. Snap it. This is a quick throw, and it's caught. Moving forward, now across the 35-yard line and making his way down to the 39 was Braden Harrison. However, we do have yellow hankies on the field. One came out from the backfield and the other came downfield. Kramer was in on the tackle. The first flag came out in the area of a holding. It looked like Devin Miller might have been guilty of that. As we have an illegal block in the back was the official call. So both flags were for that illegal block in the back. Oh, and a hold it looks like too. So both had different meanings, but the Devin Miller penalty is going to be the one that the Knights take because it's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, and that one happens closer to the line of scrimmage. 1 minute, 58 seconds in the half. First down and 20. Another empty backfield setup for Trenton Smith. He'll drop back to pass. He's going to toss it deep downfield, and it's tipped up in the air and incomplete. The pass is by way of Lamont Johnson. Second down and 20 it goes.
Coverage on the play by number 18, Dave Baxinger.
Fostoria, anytime they get in that first down long situation, at least today, they've been chucking the ball deep downfield. Haven't hit one, though. The only time they got really good yardage was when Smith found Devin Miller 15 yards down the field on 3rd down and 15. That drive eventually amounted to nothing because of the turnover. This is a Smith keeper up the left side. He's just going to go out of bounds.
Trenton Smith on the keeper for Fostoria.
Didn't want to take the hit, but he had time there to throw the ball away, and he was out of the pocket. I mean, I get the play call was probably a full-on keeper.
3rd down at 20.
So the ball is now back at the 12-yard line. They need to get to the 40. So a lot of yards to make up. They're 1 of 5 today. Back to pass now. Smith throws it downfield and run. It's tipped up in the air and nearly intercepted. Fatzinger got a hand on it. And with 1 minute and 42 seconds to play, 4th down.
Looking up on the play by number 16, Grady Frank.
Frank and Fatzinger were the two defenders as the punting unit back out there.
24.
4th down and 24 officially. And the punt is high in the air from Wilmarth, and it's going to be fair caught at the 43-yard line.
Number 9, Mason Rowe.
Mason Rowe has only returned one punt this year, and that one punt went for 0 yards for the return. Down to 97 seconds. 2 timeouts for both teams. The Knights in Redmen territory. Knapp on Otsego TV. Feel free to email me anytime at 25knapp@OtsegoKnights.org and our Twitter page. Please check that out, or X page, whatever you want to call it, at Otsego TV. This is going to be a fake, and fumble! Ball's out, but Keegan Hutton gets back on it, and he's going to get positive yardage out of that. I think I heard a fan yell, "What?"
Mason Kramer on the carry.
It was actually Kramer. It looked like it was an 8, but it was Kramer. He moved the ball all the way up
Second down, 5.
to the 37-yard line. It was a gain of 5 on 1st down and 10. 2nd down and 5. Clock continues to run. 1:07 to go. This is a play fake. Throw it downfield. As a man wide open is Brayton Knapp. He makes the catch, and he's going to get tackled down at the 2-yard line. That's his first catch at the varsity level, and it moves the ball all the way down to the 2. 1st down and goal for the orange, black, and white.
Stop was made by number 23, Brady Harrison.
He was wide open. Harrison made the tackle, and the clock is now rolling at 45 seconds. Here's a handoff up the left side and powering forward into the end zone. Touchdown, Knights. Keegan Hutton gets another touchdown. And it's 26-0. That is touchdown number 3 of the game for Keegan.
Mason Kramer to attempt the extra point.
Out to kick the extra points, Kramer. Everyone, motion's over. What a half for the Knights. Snap is good, the hold is good, and the kick goes off the left upright, but ball's good. 37 seconds to play in the half. Caden Knapp, Otsego TV, thank you for tuning in tonight. Homecoming night. Last year, I do believe the Genoa game was the homecoming game. It was the Genoa game or the Rossford game.
Left guard number 62, Bodie Simon. Center number 55, Bryce Springstead. Right guard number 67.
As now the kickoff unit for the Knights drops back in the field and return the unit out there for the Redmen. Good night for the Knights, trying to move it to 4-1, 2-0 in the conference.
Toby Powell in the kickoff for the Knights.
As you know, at the end of the day, conference record determines where do you rank in your conference. Those out-of-conference games just kind of give you a gauge on how good you are compared to the state, or at least your region.
Everybody up.
Same works for college football. Starts to try, puts foot to football. This is a pooch kick that's going to be fielded off of bounds. Nope, it's going to go out of bounds first. Smart move there by Lamont Johnson. Looked like he was getting ready to field it, and he's like, that's going to actually bounce out of bounds, so I'm just going to let it do that. And the ball's going to go up to the 35-yard line. .37 seconds to play. The Knights, as you know, receive the ball to start half number 2.
Fostoria will take over 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line.
We'll see how the Redmen respond. They still have those 2 timeouts. Caden and Keegan Hutton are out there on defense for the Knights. Caden is the deep safety. This is a handoff up the middle and nothing doing there. This ball's actually getting backed up to the 34-yard line. That was Lance Miller, the ball carrier. And with 24 seconds to play, it doesn't look like the Redmen are going to call a timeout. Coach Angelone is just going to let it roll down and go to the locker room. Down 27-0. 21 points scored by the Knights in that second quarter. What a half for them. My name is Caden Knapp. This has been a presentation of Otsego TV. I'll be back shortly. I'll give you updates score-wise across the Northern Buckeye Conference, and then prepare you for half number 2. 27-0. The bands are going to go on the field and perform a halftime show. As you know, they'll stay on air for that and have the volume all the way up. Feel free to email me anytime at 25knap@OtsegoKnights.org. Once again, 27-0, the halftime score. I'll be back. Thank you all for tuning in.
Fostoria, Ohio, the 2024 High School Marching Band. We are lucky to live in the Midwest, home to so many great college marching bands. But down south is a home to a set of bands with a style all their own. The bands of historically black colleges and universities. Bands like Southern, Grambling, and North Carolina A&T bring an energy that truly makes halftime game time in the South. Tonight we pay tribute to the music of HBCU bands, leading off with a Paula Abdul standard, Cold Hearted. Next up is a smash from the band Cameo. What's the word? Word up. The Sugar Hill Gang had a huge hit with this next song long before Carlton and Will made the dance famous. If you know how it goes, feel free to dance along with our auxiliaries too, Apache. The movie Drumline brought the life of an HBCU band to the big screen. The closer for their show is the closer for ours. We feature our Drumline in Shout It Out.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the 2024 Otsego High School Marching Band. Debuting their new uniforms tonight under the direction of Rebecca Schwarzkopf, led on the field by senior drum major Maxwell Miles and junior drum major Maria Bartley. For your halftime entertainment this evening, we present Under the Big Top. We begin our show with two pieces from the Cirque du Soleil show, Journey of Man. Initially released in the year 2000, Journey of Man is a celebration of the human spirit that combines the unique artistry and music of Cirque du Soleil with the power of large format film. Featuring senior Josie Zeller on mellophone and junior Ray Smith on trumpet, sit back and enjoy Journey of Man. Senior drum major Maxwell Miles, is your band ready? The 2017 movie The Greatest Showman celebrates the birth of show business and tells of a visionary who rose from nothing to create a spectacle that became a worldwide sensation. The song, This Is Me, is an anthem that encourages everyone to step out, because this is your moment. Featuring Junior Katie Horn on flugelhorn, here is This Is Me. Before we play our last piece, Otsego Bands would like to welcome back to the field our alumni band, consisting of nearly 30 alumni from the graduating class of 1961 all the way to 2024. We close with a combined performance of our Otsego High School band and our alumni on a medley of two popular tunes by Billy Joel. Sit back and enjoy My Life and Only the Good Die Young. gentlemen, the Otsego High School Marching Band, under the direction of Rebecca Schwarzkopf, and assistance from Jennifer, Megan Lewis, Nick Crable, and Blaze T. Robinson. We'd like to thank the Otsego News Boosters and the Otsego administration for their continued support and contributions to the purchase of our new uniforms. Let's do it one more time for the Otsego Marching Band.
Would Megan Fitzwater please report to the press box? Megan Fitzwater, please report to the press box. We have tonight's winning 50-50 ticket. Get your 50-50 tickets out. Winner will take home $305. Winning 50-50 ticket number is 081232. Once again, 081232. If you have the winning ticket, please report to the concession stand to claim your prize.
Welcome back to the start of half number 2 here in the Castle. It's 27-0 Otsego, and welcome back inside the broadcast booth. My name is Caden Knapp, and as promised, I was going to give you NBC scores, and here they are. Well, in the second quarter, Eastwood currently leads Maumee 14-7. Tight contest there. Out in Genoa, Genoa's leading Lake by a lot, 34-14, and then Oak Harbor is leading Rossford by even more at 41-0. Not surprising with the Oak Harbor or Genoa score. Those two teams are very good teams, as we know from years past. The Eastwood score, I mean, I'm kind of surprised by that. They beat Maumee last year, if I remember correctly, by quite a bit. So as you know, the Knights lead it 27-0 here. They have that matchup against Genoa next week. And then for Fostoria, they go and play Oak Harbor next week. And the Knights get to actually welcome Oak Harbor for the first time. And we get to say hello to our old athletics director, Mr. Justin Slaughterbeck. So that'll be interesting there. And the Knights, they scored a touchdown. He had that Jackson Ballmer wide open play, and then it was Keegan Hutton scoring the other touchdowns. Now, we do have a little bit of injury update. So, as you know, Brayton Knapp made that catch down at the 2. It's believed that he might have broke his collarbone. He's in the locker room right now being checked out. So he's for sure out for the rest of this game. Hopefully it is not a broken collarbone, but they're checking in on him now. We're getting ready to start half number 2. As always, feel free to email me anytime at 25knap@otsegoknights.org. The Knights will receive the opening kickoff of the second half. As you know, I'll ask the trivia question after this first Otsego possession. We're having fun here in the castle. That's a new 12 minutes on the clock. As you know, 30 is a running clock. So a touchdown here would move us to a running clock. By the way, for the trivia question, I got help. I asked around, I'm like, what are some good trivia question ideas? So it's not just me who came up with a question. As this is the first Fostoria kickoff of the game. It's been all Otsego. Start stride, put foot to football. We're back underway. Under the lights, Friday Night Lights. This ball will be fielded at the 21-yard line by Grady Frank, dancing around, still going across the 40, now across the 50, still going. He's fending off tacklers, going inside the 25, and he's finally going to be brought down at the 19-yard line. A huge return for Grady Frank. Boston Trent, the sophomore, in on the tackle at the end. 14 seconds in, and the Knights already in prime field position. Wow, what a return. Talk about tightrope in the sideline, too. If you're enjoying this broadcast, please hit the thumbs up button on our YouTube page and under this video. This is going to be handoff, and Braden Sadler got the ball that time. He's going to make it up to the 14.
Sadler on the carry.
Good gain for him. That was his first carry of the year as well.
Down to 5 for Otsego.
In the pregame, or preseason, I should say, he was listed as a tight end on the offensive side of the football, backup tight end behind Carter Lampy. Jake Limes, handoff on the right side, bursting forward. He's going to score a touchdown. That was quick.
Limes on the touchdown run for Otsego.
Not sure what happened to our scoreboard, but it is 33-0. It's been very finicky. 33-0. And now we're at a running clock. 10 minutes and 54 seconds.
Mason Kramer in to attempt the extra point. Brady Frank the hole.
That was Limes' first touchdown, I do believe. Trying to remember if he had one last week. I think he had one called back last week, if I remember correctly, but got the 6 points. Kramer out to kick the extra point. He missed his only point after touchdown going this direction earlier, and he won't miss this one. 34-0 with 10 minutes and 20 seconds in counting left to play in the third quarter. Now my trivia question, as promised, if no one's getting it right, I will give options. And that is, who is the only Otsego High School family with 2 All-State football players? Yeah, who is the only Otsego family with 2 All-State football players? Email me, 25knap@otsegoknights.org. Tweet at us at Otsego TV. I will give options if no one gets it right. But who is the only Otsego family with 2 All-State football players? And you get a bonus point if you guess the decade that they played in correctly. Clock stopped for the change of possession at 10 minutes and 19 seconds. 34-0 the score. Toby Powell to kick it off again.
Johnson back deep for Fostoria. Everybody up.
Our PA announcer, Gordon Digby, says everyone up. Powell starts to try, puts up the ball, gets us back underway. This ball is going to take a bounce and be fielded at what looked like the 13-yard line, and still going, powering around is Lamont Johnson. He's been busy with the return game today. The Knights have just kept on scoring and scoring and scoring, and the ball is at the 29-yard line. And as a result, I mean, they've had a lot of kickoffs, obviously. And it's been Lamont Johnson, who's, to his credit, not been very bad returning. He's been pretty good, as the clock is now at 9:40 and counting.
Thank you for attending tonight's game.
Once again, the trivia question is, who is the only Otsego family with 2 All-State football players? The guesses filing in. I want to see how many people can get this right. As there's a handoff up the middle, and there's a gain of about 1. Wilmarth was the ball carrier. Under 9 minutes to play. Still 34-0 in favor of the orange, black, and white. Here under the lights, Friday Night Lights. Some would say best time of the year. This play clock now at 12 seconds. Smith clapping his hands. Now at 5, sends a man in motion. And the handoff, there's Harrison. He's going to get tackled down in the backfield. By the way, he's a 3-time letter winner for this Fostoria squad. And a captain. Been trying to get to him all game, and he just has not gotten good yardage. It's now 3rd down and 12 officially. One of 6 tonight are the Redmen on 3rd down. 7 minutes, 53 seconds and counting. Smith back to pass. has a clean pocket. Flag down the backfield. Throws it into double coverage. Dangerous pass, and Mason Kramer is the one who broke it up. Devin Miller was guarded heavily by Mason Kramer and Mason Rowe. The Masons teaming up. 4th down and 12. This penalty should be declined, assuming it is, in fact, on the Redmen, which was in the area of hold. Now the officials are chatting. It's either an offensive hold or hands to the face on the Knights, and it's a hands to the face on the Knights. So it is on Otsego, and that's going to move the chains. Free 1st down for the Redmen. Oh, correction, it's not. In the high school level, it's not an auto 1st down. It's a 10-yard penalty, though, so it's 3rd down and 2 now. Six minutes and 35 seconds. Throw it on the run, and that's incomplete. Mason Kramer broke it up, and now a late flag is thrown. Pass interference on Otsego, so back-to-back fouls. Now, this is for sure going to give the Redmen a 1st down. .608 in counting. 34-0 in favor of the Knights. Last time Fostoria was here, I called the 4th quarter of that game with Gordon Digby. I believe Mr. Matt Gerwa, Mr. Adam Koch, and Mr. Kevin O'Shea also were guests for that broadcast. So we're at 5:36 and counting. Ball in Otsego territory. Play action fake, faced with heavy pressure, and down goes Smith. Couldn't get away. And the Knights come up with the big-time sack. It was Jaden Eberts, the 6-foot junior. 2nd down in a country mile. Ball back at the 41 of Fostoria. 2nd down and 23 to be exact. Still 34-0. Otsego. .442 and counting. Handed up the middle and nothing doing there. In fact, they went backwards another few yards. So it'll be 3rd down and forever. Jake Limes was in on the tackle. I believe it was Wilmarth who got that football. Sometimes it's hard to see with
3rd down, 23.
All the players bunched up together. 4:13 and counting. I keep on getting guesses in for who is the only Otsego family with 2 All-State football players. As that throw is going to go out to the flat. It's caught by Wilmarth, who will get into Otsego territory, but not enough for a 1st down. So they do not convert on 3rd. Keegan Hutton in on the tackle. 1 of 7 tonight now are the Redmen on 3rd down. It's 4th down and 11. They will trot the offense back out there, it looks like. Once again, you're watching Otsego TV. My name is Caden Knapp. Thank you all for tuning into this broadcast. As they're back to pass on 4th down and 11. Throw it deep downfield, and oh, that's an overthrow. Caleb Singleton was the intended target, and Fostoria turns it over on downs. By the way, they are back to 50% on the season for their run-to-pass ratio on 4th down. Their scoreboard should be back, hopefully. Once again, if you're enjoying this telecast, please hit the thumbs up button on this YouTube video. I guess it's technically a YouTube video, so that's what we stream on. 2 minutes, 35 seconds and counting. Ball at the Otsego 49-yard line. This is going to be a handoff and spinning around, getting to the 49-yard line. From 149 to the other, Braden Sadler. I don't know why, but with the font of the 1 and the numbers just in general for the Knights, I keep thinking that's number 27. That 1 just kind of looks like a 7, but it is 21, Braden Sadler. 2 minutes and counting. As there's a little trickery and get it to Mason Kramer, who has a first down and more. Bursting inside the 20. He's going to make it all the way down into the 16-yard line. A great run for him as the clock is nearing 90 seconds in the third quarter. In between the third and fourth quarter, I will be answering the trivia question. That is, who is the only Otsego family with 2 All-State football players? If those of you at home are scratching your heads, we do have guesses in, but if those of you at home are scratching your heads and being like, what's the answer, well, the options I was going to give you is the Bileckis, the Downies, the Hartmans, the Donalds, or the Jerwas. As there's another handoff to Sadler, and this time he's going to go backwards by about a half a yard. Second down as the clock reads 1 minute and counting.
Tackled on the play by number 24, Lance Miller. Second down, 11 for the Knights.
Second and 11 officially. Knights in the red zone. Next week, as I mentioned, they go to Genoa. We'll keep you updated on if that will be radio broadcast. Then they host Oak Harbor. Then they go to Eastwood, host Lake, and then travel to Maumee in the final weekend of the regular season high school football. As there's a play fake, throw it out to the flat, wide open, and dropped. Keegan Hutton couldn't hang on.
Pass intended for Hutton is incomplete. Brings up third down.
And that will bring us to the end of quarter number 3 with the score 34-0 in favor of the Knights. That would have been a walk-in touchdown for Keegan had he held on to that one, but he could not. That would have been his 4th catch of the year, too. He has 105 yards receiving on top of all those rushing yards. He's built up over 370, 369 heading into today's game, and we've reached the end of the third quarter with a score 34-0. And now I am going to answer my trivia question, which I had help with. And that trivia question was, who is the only Otsego family with 2 All-State football players? I gave you the option of the Bileckis, the Downies, the Hartmans, the Donalds, or the Jerwas, and we do have multiple people who got it correct. However, the first person to get it correct was BT Warner. Congratulations, BT, on getting that correct. The Downies, only family with 2 All-State football players. And it was the 80s, I believe. That was the decade they played in. I was asking people around the press box what they thought the answer to it was, and a lot of them said the Jerwas. So I'm like, oh, we'll throw that into the pile, Steve. But yeah, we do have multiple. And by the way, BT Warner got it right by a matter of seconds. Fourth quarter of play. Clock starts. By the way, the backup quarterback for the Knights is into the game, and it's not Mason Rowe. It's Carson Williams. And they're going to hand it up the middle. I was about to ask, and it's like, when does Coach Rutherford throw in the backups? It's 4th down now. I think they're going to go for it. We'll see, though.
Brings up 4th down and 11 for Otsego.
Knights going for it on 4th down and 11. This is a play fake. Williams back to pass. Throws it end zone. It's intercepted at the goal line. A flag is down in the backfield, but they're still going, running across. More flags come out, and down to the 44-yard line goes that football. That was Lamont Johnson coming up with the INT. But we do have not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 yellow hankies on the field. Every single official threw their flag. Not often you see that. Reminds me of that NFL meme where there's like the official standing around, and obviously it's AI generated flag-wise or edited, but there's like a ton of flags just behind that official. Probably none of you know what I'm talking about, but whatever. 10:47, clock is stopped. I mean, they're going to start rolling it now. As the officials are signaling what it is. I believe one of the penalties is a chop block, but they're blindside block, not a chop block, blindside block. I don't know if all those penalties were for that, but that's the penalty they're going with. So we'll see who gets the football. I believe it came after the INT. Not a scene you see too often with every single official going to pick up their flags. They're going to march the ball back to the 10-yard line. It is Fostoria football, so the interception is upheld. I guess that's the silver lining if you're a Fostoria fan, by Lamont Johnson. That's the second interception of the game. Harrison got the interception in the end zone early in the game. By the way, the clock is running. We're at 9:38. Now, I was reading this article earlier about Fostoria and their football program, and there was like a fun fact part of the article. Is that intercepted? Off the deflection. Still going. I believe that's Jackson Vollmer, and he's going to lunge for the goal line and be tackled just shy. That was not Jackson Vollmer. That was Trevor Brooks. I thought I saw 41 there, but there are more flags down. And the penalty is after the interception, it looks like. Looks like thinking we got a hold on the return. So they should uphold the interception and just back the football up. Yep, they do uphold the interception. That was a nice interception there by Trevor Brooks. He made an appearance for the first time last game. He's a freshman. Backups are in for the most part. At least they were in until Coach Rutherford said, I want Caden back out there on offense. That interception by Carson Williams probably didn't sit too well with him. He's a sophomore. It's never good when your first pass is a INT. Drake May nearly threw an interception in his first NFL pass yesterday. And Braden Stadler now lost the football. And it's recovered by Fostoria. Turnovers and more flags. We just had 3 consecutive turnovers pretty much. And on all 3 of those turnovers, at least 2 officials threw their flag. We have 3 yellow hankies right now down on the field. Again, the interception, or excuse me, the fumble is going to be upheld. By the way, thank you for all of you who participated in the trivia. I mean, there was at least 10 of you, and that's a record. But yeah, thank you all. And like I said, our winner won by seconds. But as I was saying before the Knight interception, there was a Fostoria article, I believe it was written by a Fostoria person, because they, in the fun fact page, they were like, okay, sure, as of late we haven't had too much success, but we're still one of the most decorated schools in Ohio high school football, as there's a big run. We just have a lot going on. 34-0, 6 minutes and 23 seconds to play. And another flag.
Penalty flag on the play. An official timeout
This is
for
a
injury.
preseason article, too. But, I mean, first, the people that wrote it, the article said our team as the authors, as we have a player down. So I could not tell you who the author is. But then they explained, they're like, they won state championships in 91 and 96, and then they also won a championship back in 1912. That was the Ohio state championship, I believe is what the article said. And the 91 and 96 one were specific division ones, which, I mean, I guess I kind of agree with the decorated part, because there's not many schools in the area that can say, hey, we produced an NFL athlete in Micah Hyde, and they have an ESPN affiliate go to their games and broadcast a lot of them, radio-wise. And I mean, yeah, every year Micah Hyde comes back and he runs a football camp out of Fostoria. My brothers were involved with it for a multitude of years. I went and met Micah and a few others. Buffalo. Tre'Davious White was another one. Obviously, Tre'Davious White does not play for the Bills or Micah Hyde. There's 6:18 to play. There's a penalty on Otsego, so the ball's all the way up at the Knight 36. That broke the 3 consecutive turnover streak, by the way. As there's a handoff up the middle, and you gain a couple there. Digging deep into my notes right now.
Taven Talley on the carry for Fostoria.
I mean, it's kind of been a struggle, too, on defense for Fostoria this year. They've allowed a total of 303 passing yards, about 75.8 per game, and 242 rush yards total. That's according to Huddle and their statistics. On average, they allow about 5.6 yards per play. They're on offense now, as you can see on your screen, but still. There's a handoff up the middle, and still going. Lance Miller dancing around, breaking tackles, and that's going to move the ball inside the 10.
On the carry for Fostoria.
If Fostoria is able to score a touchdown here with 5:18 to play, that would make it so that the clock stops again. We had that situation happen 2 weeks ago with Liberty Center. They were up big by more than 30, and the Knights scored a touchdown to make the running clock stop. Under 5 minutes. Under center, this is a pitch to the outside, and Lance Miller, a lot of green grass in front of him, and he's going to go all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Fostoria. They will not be shut out. And the running clock is no more for the moment. 4:42 to play. This game has been dominated by the Knights, but Fostoria's kept them from scoring enough to the point where the Knights have not had their backups in for a long period of time. They've had them in for maybe 2 or 3 plays. High snap, get it down though, and the kick, line drive, and it did the job. It went through the uprights. 34-7. No, it doesn't have to look pretty, as long as it goes through the uprights and above the crossbar. 4:42 to play. This has been all the orange, black, and white as they lead it, as you can see on screen. As I said, next week the Knights go to Genoa. I hope that we're able to radio broadcast that. By the way, Genoa and Rossford are the only... Well, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but Rossford at the moment is the only NBC team or team in general that we've radio broadcasted now twice, or I've radio broadcasted now twice, because 2 years ago, when I was in the library calling games from the monitor, Rossford was one of the teams we radio broadcast, and Genoa, if I'm able to go out there and call that, that'll be the second time I've radio broadcasted them. They're another team that I was in the library here at Otsego calling the game off the screen.
Keegan Hutton and Grady Frank back for Otsego. Everybody
Clock stopped at 4 minutes and 42 seconds. Third try, put foot to football. This is a line drive that'll be fielded at the 25 by Grady Frank, and Frank is going to burst forward, spinning around, and he made it up to about the 37-yard line before being tackled down with 4 minutes and 36 seconds to play. Knight starters back out there, it appears. See Lampy. Mason Creamer out there. Creamer technically not a starter, but I feel like he plays enough snaps where you could say he's pretty much an honorary starter. And there's Hutton now. Keaton. Handoff up the middle, and we're going to make it up to the 44-yard line to the Knights. But yeah, as I... We're having technology issues, I think. I don't know what my screen just did, but it says we're still live. So, okay. The Knights have, like I said, they've really just beaten Fostoria in every chance they've gotten as of late. I mean, their last 5 contests they've won by quite a bit. Dating back to 2018, winning 45-6, and then they won in 2019, 31-26, and then 2020, 47-18, then 49-13 in 2022, and last year 35-22. And Fostoria led 7-6 at half.
Keegan Hutton on the carry.
Keegan Hutton got the football there. And that's a rundown of how they are at 207-85 when it comes to the Knights outscoring them. Our YouTube page is still running, so I'm going to say we're still live. The software we use to run our streams from is showing that it's glitching, but it still says go live. So I can't adjust the scoreboard at the moment. As we're at 3:07 to play. The clock stops momentarily for the chain gang to move the chains. 34-7. I don't even have our cameras in front of me right now because, at least the views. Ms. Ginger Karras is our camera operator on top of the press box, and then I set up a camera in our broadcast booth. That's how you see me. .243. Give it out to Mason Kramer, and he's gonna make it into Redmen territory some more, moving the ball up to the 46-yard line. I will say this about Mason Kramer. I feel like every time he gets the football and he gets good yardage, at the end he like completely reaches forward and tries to get as many yards as possible. I mean, which is the job, but he like kind of stretches the football out and exposes it, but at the same time he's on his way down, so it hasn't been poked out yet. Handoff. This is Monty Martin darting through defenders, making it inside the 30, and he's going to power down to the 26-yard line. Monty Martin, the sophomore. played a big role.
Tackled by number 23,
The
Brady
freshman
Harrison.
team for
He is good for an
basketball.
Otsego Knights first down.
So now the Knights are bringing in their backups, it looks like, I think. Big shift. I mean, they brought in 4 or 5 new players, and Carson Williams is back over there next to Coach Rutherford as we're at 90 seconds until game break. Under center, and now we have pre-snap whistles, and a delay of game will be called. Yeah, as I said, these two teams did not play in 2021 due to COVID.
Hold a delay of game against Otsego.
Kazmaier out with a calf. Vollmer didn't see why he was out, but he was walking around with crutches, and then Knapp went out after making that big catch with a collarbone. He's at the hospital right now, I'm being told. And our athletic trainer, Ms. Denmag, is at home sick, so we hope you are doing well and getting better as more flames go out. I'm pretty sure she's watching the broadcast. I am sure because she responded to the trivia question. She was in second place by the seconds. So we hope you get better and are able to be with us next week for that game at Genoa. Very good athletic trainer. Won multiple awards. So we're at 1:09 to play.
Brings up 1st and 24 for the Knights.
Back under center go the Knights. We're under a minute. Handed up the left side, and Monty Martin's going to get dragged down. Could have been a horse collar, but no flag. So now we're at 45 seconds. We'll get at least one more snap, and then it'll be all over. The Knights will move to 4-1, 2-0 in the conference for 5th consecutive year. The last time they did not start 2-0 in their conference was when they did not start their conference play with games against Rossford and Fostoria. I believe they started against Lake was one of them, and they lost that game. As Monty Martin gets a few more yards, and that will do it for this contest, which featured the Knights and the Redmen. This has been a fun game. Lasted 1 hour and 59 minutes in real time. So they'll bring back down the average game time. Knights scored a total of 7 points in the second half. So did Fostoria, but they put up 27 in half number 1, and they never looked back. What a game for them. What a Friday. We're halfway through the season. As fireworks shoot up in the air, as they did after the BG game in week 1. The season's been flying by so far. Looking good for the playoffs at the moment, though, for the Knights. Knocking on wood, as I said that. But yeah, the Coach Rutherford era just could not have gotten off to a better start. As the alma mater getting ready to be played after we're done handshaking. Student section, their construction wear, all running over. My name is Caden Knapp. This has been a presentation of Otsego TV. 34-7, the final score. The Knights defeat the Fostoria Redmen. Thank you all so much for tuning in. As always, feel free to email me anytime. 25knapp@OtsegoKnights.org, and keep in taps with our X page at Otsego TV. And if you like this broadcast, please hit the thumbs up button. I'll keep you posted, as always, on that Genoa game for next week. Until next time, Caden Knapp signing off. Stay safe, Otsego. The Knights are 4-1.